So this is the third of the memorex converters. This one won't tune anything. And power supply's working on this one. At least I think it is. Won't tune a bloody thing. Let's check this one out and see why this one won't pick up a signal. Might surprise you what the problem is. Okay, so this is the one that wouldn't tune anything in. I'm going to change out this little cap here, E6, which was right here on the board. It's 100 microfarad, 16 volts, and it's measuring a little high on the ESR scale. So let me grab another one and we'll see whether this one will boot up. And if it does, then I'll have 3 for 3 that will work. Making people cringe. Okay, let's try this one now and see whether this one will pick up anything. Red light. I got my DTD boot up sequence. Let's see whether we're going to actually get anything on this now. It'd be great if I have 3 for 3. Well, that's not supposed to do that. Turn it off and turn it back on. These little boxes sometimes do weird things when they start up. Hey, okay. I wonder if it's a connection inside the tuner. I just give the tuner a wrap and now it's coming in better. We'll pull the tuner shield off and take a look inside the tuner. So when it wasn't tuning anything and I gave the tuner a tap, these tuner modules are notorious for developing bad connections, especially along these pins along the edge here. They're notorious for that. When all the Sony tuner troubles I had over the years and we had to resolder all these tuners, it was ridiculous, but we did hundreds and hundreds of these things, and they typically fracture. Grounds typically go bad, like this one right here. If we look down here on the board, I'll bring the camera in so I can get good focus. You'll notice what I'm talking about. Like right down here, we get bad solder on the grounds and a lot of these pins here. So it's worth a good inspection because all these tuners were really quite problematic over the years. And the fact that when this one wasn't receiving anything, I just gave it a tap. See some more of these grounds right here. Right? See these connections here? They look horrible. Oh yeah, look at that. We used to go through these tuners, not so much these tuners, but this type of design of tuner. when I was in the business with Sony tuners. Rather than change a tuner, we would take the tuner out and we would go through all these connections, resolder them all. 9 times out of 10, we fixed the problem with the tuner and saved the customer some money. Because the tuners themselves were typically over $100 for the tuner. Typically 120 bucks for the actual part, and then the labor, of course. So we would take the old tuner out and repair it and put it back in and fix it for less than the cost of the actual buying the tuner. I'm just changing to my ultra fine solder tip here. We're going to go over those connections together. Okay, I'm going to put my light on. Oops. I'm going to turn it on here. Get my big magnifying glass on so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go to town and redo all these connections. I should be using finer solder, but this will work. It's typically the grounds that cause all the problem, because you ground the board in multiple places and you get one that goes open and you'll lose the ground to a particular portion of the board. So the ones that I'm most interested in are these ground pins here. And there's a good probability that this will fix a sensitivity problem on this particular little module. Do all the pins coming into the board too, while I can. Okay, I think I'm going to try that now. No, one more over here. Definitely looks bad. This one here too. Okay, I'm going to try this now. And remember, before it was, use my flashlight there. Before it was not picking anything up, it was just freezing. So let's, we'll put the top back on the tuner, the shield. And power it up and see whether it's made any difference. So I'll power it up. And when it boots up, I'm going to get a picture. I'll do a scan and see if I can get any of the vocal channels. Again, I'm not using a proper antenna. This is just an indoor antenna. Auto scan. We'll see what I find now. This is what I'm using for an antenna. It's inside. It's inside the shop here, so not much of an antenna. It's still scanning in channels. So we'll let it go through and see what I get on this thing. So I put the antenna outside. What a difference in terms of reception from that little antenna. Now this thing is picking up everything. Gotta like it. Free TV. And more selection than what you would get off of your local cable company. Antenna's facing the wrong way for that channel. I should be able to get that. I'm going to scan my channels through here again, but now I've put it outside, it's pulling a few more channels in. Anyway, still not as good as my rooftop antenna, but for testing purposes, it's fine. This is fixed now. I'm 3 for 3. I'm happy. Got all my converter boxes working again, and that's going to wind up this excessively long video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.